What is a good thing about today? What is a good thing about today? Please. Of course, it is Friday. Yes, it is Friday. What else? There are two good things about today. The one is the Friday. What is the next one? Wow. Yes, that is the one, sir. Salary. Very good. Very good, Suraj. That's what the good thing. And what is another good thing? Loan moratorium. What is another good thing? Loan moratorium. You don't need to pay the loans or EMIs. These are the three good things for today. Means you don't need to pay the money. You don't need to pay the money to the banks, and you don't need to means you don't need to work tomorrow and day after tomorrow, and as well as salary. You get the salary. So those are the three good things. So I guess all the working persons knows about this one. Yeah, let's continue the class. But tomorrow we have the class, and day after tomorrow I'm sure we have the class. Okay, please. Why? Because we have 4 days are left over in the in this week. Okay, I hope you understand, because we need to complete. Means we need to learn quickly, not like 3 months, 4 months, sir. It needs to be 45 days. Now let us go to the notes. Yeah, yesterday we discussed about the validation related concepts. Yes, buddy. Yes. So yesterday we discussed about the forms. In the forms, we discussed about the validation. In the validation, what is a validation, sir? Verifying the user data according to the requirements. According to the requirements. What we are having the, sir? Format verification and correctness verification. Format verification we do in the client programs, and correctness verification we do in the server program. In the format verification, what are the different options we are having? Required min length, max length, pattern, email, and min value and max value. Format validation configuration. What are the two classes we need to remember? Form group class as well as what's our form control class. Now we have everything is ready. So we do the validation. Yesterday we discussed about required validation, how to do the validation related things. Now tell me, what is what is the best way? Errors dot required. Now let me run the example. Let us understand from example wise recent. Example 1. Let me run the program. CMD ng serve. Yeah, it is compiling. Let's wait for a few seconds. Yeah, localhost :4200. Now observe, what is the problem with this UI? By opening the form itself, you are telling it is a please provide the value. Now tell me, it is a annoying or it is a bad UI for our application or no? It is a looking what's are bad. What is the bad here? We are displaying the things. So how you are going to control? How you are going to control? Angular provides 6 states for every form, or every form as well as form group, or every form control. every form as well as the field. So Angular provides 6 states for every form group and form control. Sir, what are the 6 states we are having? First one, untouched, touched, pristine, dirty, valid, invalid. So far we are using only one, sir. What is the state? Invalid state. But right now, what are the other states we are having? So right now, untouched. When it is true, sir, if the user if the user didn't touch the field, when the user didn't touch the field, untouched becomes true, otherwise it is false. If the user touched the field, means access the field. If the user, not the one, access, so it is a best word for convey the conversation. Access the field. Pristine, user didn't modified the field value. Modified the field value. What about the dirty, sir? You already know. User modified the field value. User modified the field value. And valid. What is valid, sir? User means all validations are success. All validations are success. At least one validation failed. At least one validation failed. So these are the states we are having in our Angular. So right now, untouched. If the form, right now, observe, I am opening the form, sir. I open the form. Now tell me, am I accessed any field, sir? No, I didn't access any field. At that time, all the fields as well as the form is what, sir? Untouched. Now observe. I put the cursor there and I move to the name field. Now tell me which field is accessed. Which field accessed just now? Observe. Which field is accessed, sir? ID field. Think, sir. Which field has access? ID field. Now the focus is on what field? Name field. The focus is on what field? Name field. Agree with that? So right now, observe, name field as accessed and email field is accessed. Country field is accessed. Tell us about you means our description field is accessed. Now I am asking the question, when we want to display the error message, when we want to display this error message, before user commit the mistake or after user commit the mistake? After, because if forget to enter the data, then only we need to display the error message. Very good, sir. Very good, Pradhan. Very good, Pradhan, Basha, Nagendra, ready. So very good, sir. So when the user access the field, then only display the error message. So how do you know user access the field? Very simple. Observe, email control dot, what is the one we are going to configure? Touched. Email control dot touched. So observe, very good, Rakesh. Observe, email. Now I access the field. Now I move to the next field. See, sir, automatically it is displaying the error message for us or not? Now tell me, this one is good or old way is good, sir? Which one is better user experience? The current. Why? Because it is providing exactly to the user. If we make some mistake, if we do some mistake, at that time it is telling what, sir? Okay, uh, user, it is a problem. What is the problem? Please provide the value. Okay, I am entering the value. At that time, what exactly it is telling? Okay, you are entering the value, but it is not a valid one. Please provide proper email ID. I means format wise. Now observe, This website is there. This Gmail ID is valid or invalid? Data correctness wise, it is invalid, sir. But format wise, think and tell me. Don't use your intelligence here. Again, I'm telling in the positive way. Don't use your brain here. If you use your brain, you can say it is invalid. But as a dumb person, format wise is what, sir? Correct. But how you are going to validate this one? By sending an email or not? By sending an email. If it is bounce back, what does that mean, sir? What does that mean? Bounce back. What does that mean? Email is exist? No. So that verification is going to be happen in your client program or in your server program. Always in server programs, sir, no matter of what. That is what I am telling. That is what I'm telling. So in this way, I can do what, sir? Programming. That is what I am telling. So right now, Angular simplifies what validation, sir? Client side validation. Angular simplifies what validation? Client side validation. Are you writing the validation or you are using the validation? We are using the validation logic provided by Angular. We are using the validation logic provided by Angular. So these are the things as a programmer we need to know. Now observe. Now tell me, what are the states true for this email field? What are the states are true for this email field? We have these states. Now I am asking the question, what are the states are valid for this email field? Or what are the states are true for this field? I guess you can write T means touched, P means pristine, D means dirty, V means valid, I means invalid. So you can use this one. Yes. The first one is what's touched because I access the field. First one is what's touched. I access the field. Next one, in the value related one, whether it is pristine or dirty. It is pristine or dirty. Very good. Why it is dirty, sir? The user entered the data. User entered the data. Now my form have some unsaved means don't think otherwise. Dirty means unsaved data. Dirty means what, sir? Unsaved data we have. So there are so many things are there, but what is the simplest way, sir? Unsaved data. That is about dirty. Now I am asking the question. It is invalid. Why? Because required validation is success as well as email validation is success or not. Now this is about the one, but observe. Now tell me what is the value. Now tell me what is the state we have. What are the states it have? Definitely it is touched. Definitely it is dirty. Now what is the state it will be there? What is the state value will be true now? Invalid. So this is what automatically this logic, who is doing, sir? Angular is doing or you are doing? The states management. Angular. That is why Angular is beautiful, sir. That is the reason Angular is beautiful, not because of any other reasons. You no need to write the logic. Everything will be controlled by me, but you need to configure for your requirement. You need to configure for your requirement. So these are the things. Now let me show you. These validations are provided. Let me do one by one. We have seen required validation, email validation, min length validation, max length is also same. Let us discuss about the pattern validation. Sometimes in the interviews they will ask you this question, pattern. Pattern means always we need to provide what are the characters are eligible for the input. What are the characters are eligible for the input? Let me tell you one of the pattern validation you already know. Sometimes in the website they are going to say you need to provide capital letters. You need to provide capital letters and you need to have numbers. You need to have one number, and you need to have one special character. So now tell me what they are telling this one. In this one, they are telling what your input, user input should contain one capital letter, one number, one special character. Now tell me, are you telling the specific value or category of the specific values? Are you telling the value, or you are telling the categories, sir? You are telling the categories. That is nothing but pattern, sir. Pattern tell you what are the eligible characters. Pattern tell you what are the eligible characters for the input. What are the eligible characters for the input? So that is what you need to configure in the UI. Now I am asking the question, sir, what is the way? Very simple. The syntax is nothing but double curly, means a double square brackets, sorry, square brackets. Now observe. Now if you configure like this, what is the one, sir? Lowercase s, buddy, it is a regular expression. It is a regular expression. So right now, what are the characters are eligible now? Only lowercase, sir. Only lowercase a to z. Sir, I don't like a to z, only a to e. At the time you can write also. At that time, only what characters are allowable, sir? Lowercase. And only what are the characters, sir? A to E. So this is what we can configure. And in the same way, observe, I want capital letters. At the time, you can configure like this: uppercase values. Yes, it is very easy. Uppercase values. Sir, I want numbers. What are the ones, sir? Any number between 0 to 9. Any number between 0 to 9 numbers. Now I am asking the question, sir, in my UI, in my use UI, I need to accept uppercase as well as the lowercase. This is the way. Now I am asking one simple question. Think and tell me, is it a valid value or invalid value? Okay, I will clear your minds. Very simple. Observe. A is allowed in the part of the list. A is allowed in the part of the list. S. B is allowed, sir. S. C is allowed. S. Now tell me, it is valid or invalid? Valid. It is valid. Now I am asking the question. What about this one? V. Valid. Very good. What about this one? Why, sir? Why? Because you are entering a character which is not part of the eligible characters or not? One is not in the pattern. Agree with that. Very good. Number is not part of the one. So now I am asking the question. Observe. Now tell me. Valid. So this is what we need to know. Now we are telling what are the eligible characters, but we can also control how many eligible characters also. Very simple. Observe. 10. Exactly 10 characters. Observe. 4 comma 10. Minimum 4 characters, max 10. Minimum 4 and max 10. Minimum 4 and max any number of characters. Now I am asking the question. Observe. Very simple. Right now, phone number validation. Usually you can write like this or not? Observe. Do you agree with me? Phone number validation. So right now you can write a simple validation, sir. I'm not constant. I'm not telling the most sophisticated one. We can easily say what are the ones, sir. At least this way. Now observe. I want only alphabets. How you are going to do this one? I'm going to show you the code. So agree with me, guys. So this is the way. Now let us go and let us write the code for this one. Very simple. Observe what is the code I am configuring? Pattern. What is the code I am configuring? Pattern. And you can see 0 to sorry A to Z and minimum 4 characters. Minimum 4 characters. I configured, and to display their message we need to configure the reference variable. What is the reference variable I'm going to configure? Name ctrl equal to what is the answer? ng model. So everything is ready. Let me display their message. I guess, guys, you need to tell. I will write the code how to display their message, how to configure their message. What is the first step, sir? Create a span. How to configure their message? Create a span. Inside the span we need to we need to display. No sir, we need to display based on the condition. That is why what, sir? Ngif. Very good, Bharat. Very good, Nagendra. Very good. Span. What is the next one, sir? Name ctrl. What is the one, sir? Name ctrl. And what is the next one, sir? Name C. Very good, Pradhan. Name ctrl dot. What is the one we are going to configure? Touched. If you touched, and what is the next one? Name ctrl dot. What is the one? Invalid. Name ctrl dot, sir. Invalid. Right now think name ctrl dot invalid. Now I want to configure error specific error message. Observe name ctrl dot. What is the one, sir? Errors dot. What is the one? Pattern. Very good, Neelima. Errors dot pattern. Very good, Nagendra. Now please provide only lowercase. Please provide only lowercase. So everything is ready. Let us go. What exactly it is telling? Please provide only lowercase characters. Okay, that is a problem. Okay. Observe. Please provide only lowercase and minimum 4. Very good, Bharat. So observe. If I enter the value, see how good it is. Very simple logic, sir. Very simple logic. That is why I like the Angular most. It provides everything. It provides everything, and you can configure according to your requirement. You can configure according to your requirement. This is the way we are going to do what validation, sir? Pattern validation. This is the way I can do what validation? Pattern validation. Okay, see here. A to Z, capital A to Z, and what is the answer? 0 to 9, 4 comma 10. Let us have 4 comma 6, or let us have 2 comma 6. Now the same way I am configuring alphanumeric validation for our application. What is the CTRL, sir? I am going to means this is the standard, sir. I am using ID CTRL, ID control, ID form control. So everything is ready. Let me show you the error message. What is the answer? ID CTRL dot touched, ID CTRL dot invalid, ID CTRL dot pattern. please provide correct value, please provide value 2 to 6. Minimum validation 2 and max validation what's sir 6. So everything is ready. Let us go. See here sir, 2 to 6. See Basha, I guess you understand this point. So very simple sir. Okay. So right now what validation we are applying? Minimum value as well as what sir? Maximum value as well as that kind of means sir I want much more complex. You can verify in the Google. You can verify in the Google by using the regular expression. One small letter, one capital letter, and you can verify in the Google and just copy paste that regular expression here itself. Automatically Angular will do. That is your homework for you today. Okay. Sir, for example, email. I guess for email I can directly use the email now. Bharat, I guess you can see directly we have what sir? Email validation. It will do automatically. You don't need to do the manual configuration like pattern one we usually do in the JavaScript. But in our Angular we have this one directly. So this is the way I can work with what's a validation. Now let me copy paste this May 29th validation. Suraj, as I told earlier, if you want much more complex validation, we need to read the regular expression related things. Okay, just to configure the regular expression, proper regular expression in the pattern, it automatically verify whether for any symbol like @ or hash, those kind of thing. I guess you can easily figure out by using the Google. Now, I want to explain here one thing. Right now, so far, who is doing this form retrieval? As we discussed one important class here. What is the class we discussed about here? Form group. So right now, so far, we are creating these objects or Angular is creating these objects. You are creating or Angular is creating. Very good, sir. Who is creating these objects? Angular. We are not creating, sir. Angular is creating, Angular is maintaining, Angular is maintaining the states also. But right now, sir, I don't like this. I don't like this. I want to create my own forms. Angular React forms. I want to complete configuration control. At the time, I will go for Angular reactive forms. Angular reactive forms. Let me show you that. So everything will be controlled by you. Means object creation and configuration also. So observe. I don't want to have this much big. Let me massage this one so that we can have good. Yes. Yeah. This is our normal form. Everything is ready. Go to the component. I guess it is also ready. Go to the module. Go to the one. Good. Now observe. In the form, what are the fields are there? ID field is there as well as I have the name field. Now I am asking for this form, how many form group objects are created? 1. How many form control objects will be created? 2. How many form control objects will be created? 2. So these are the things. Now I am asking, I have a class A. How to create object for the class A, sir? How to create the object for the class A? Let A equal to new A. What is the one we are going to do? Let A equal to new A. And the same way, how to create the object for the form group class? How to create the object for the form group class? We can create the object like this or not? Yes, sir, we can do. And in the same way, how to create object for the form control? Guys, how to create object for the form control? What is the class we can use? Form control class. So let us do this activity. Now observe, very simple, very simple. Let us go to the component. Let us go to the component. Very good, Basha. Observe, what is the variable name I am taking? As form. And import, what is the class, sir? Form group class. Import @angular/forms. And what is the one? Form group, comma, form control. Everything is ready. Let me show you the code. Very simple. Observe this dot as form equal to, what is the one, sir? New form group. Some configuration. Now, how many form controls I need to create? Let idctrl equal to, what is the one, sir? New form control. Now, in the same way, what is the next one? Let name ctrl equal to new form control. Now tell me, this form group should have the references of all the form control or not? This form group should have the references of what, sir? All the form control. It is act as a group. That is why, observe, I am just ordering the ones. Now we need to expand this definition. Observe, ID, alias name. What is the alias name I am giving? ID, ID control, comma. What is the next one, sir? Name. Register it as register in your form group with like this. Now tell me, in my form group, what are the controls we are having? ID control is there, as well as what, sir? Name control is there. So this is the way we are going to configure. So first step, create form group object and form control object. Form control object. Now, what are the steps we usually created like this? Now I am asking the question, unnecessary we are creating the variable or not? The more good way is what, sir? I don't want to write as a separate one. This is also possible. This is also possible. This is outdated one. No longer we use. This is the way we are going to do. The first time itself I cannot tell this one, that is why I'm explaining in this way. Now tell me ID. What is the next one, sir? Name. So right now some of you are asking, what is this, sir? Observe. Now tell me, S form is of what variable now? S form is related to what variable? String variable. S form is related to what variable? String variable. But right now I want to create what variable, sir? Form group variable. How to do this one? S form colon string. That is the variable creation in the data, variable creation in our TypeScript. Now everything is ready. Let me integrate with the form. Next one, point. Observe, second, integrate form group and form control with the form and fields. Form control with form and fields. Very simple. Observe. We need to use one simple property. What is the property, sir? Form group equal to. What is the variable we created? What is the variable we created? As form. What is the variable we need to create? As form. Now in the same way, we need to tell another variable. What is the variable, sir? Form control name. Form control name equal to form control name equal to, what is the property we are having, sir? What is the property we are having? ID. So in the same way, what about the next one, sir? For the name, I want to bind the defined form control. What is the one, sir? Name. So this is the way we are going to do. And finally, M1, I want to see whether the data is coming or not. Console dot log this dot as form dot value. So everything is, and let me test the program. Right now, observe what is the attribute I'm using? Form control name. Is it a HTML attribute? No, sir. It is a specially designed attribute to work with the reactive forms. To work with the reactive forms. How to do that? Very simple. Instead of forms module, we have a special module. What is the one? Reactive forms module. Not the normal module. We need to use the special module. So everything is ready. Let us go with the UI. Let me see what is the problem. What is reactive? Guys, right now in Angular we can configure two types of forms. Means template driven forms. So far we discussed about the template driven forms. Right now we have another form name. What is the one, sir? Reactive forms. Another form we have the reactive forms. So let me see where exactly we as form and form group equal to as form. So see, it has come ID 1 S1. Save. Let us go to the console. Now tell me, all your data is available from where to where, sir? All your data is available from where to where? From your template to the component. So what are the steps? You can see here. You can see here. Very simple app component and do the things. So in this way, I can accept the data from where to where? From your template to the component by using another way. What is another way, sir? By creating the module, reactive forms related. Sir, how to do the validation? How to do the validation? Integrate. Let me copy this one so that you can easily remember next time. Integrate. So this is the way. So this is the form level configuration. And what is the field level configuration? Let me write. Now let us discuss about this one. So right now, who is creating the object? Developer. Developer creating this object and developer giving this object to the Angular. So right now observe, I created, what is the variable name? As form. Now we are passing this one as a form group for our Angular framework. And in the same way, form control also. Now this one should match with here. Otherwise, Angular cannot track your value changes. Angular cannot track your value changes. So this is the way I'm going to work it out. So now third point, import reactive forms module in the app module. So this is the way I'm going to do. So this is the configuration. Sir, how to perform the validations? Okay, you configure the form, but what about the validation? So very simple, configuring validation. Observe first part. We have one class validators. We have what is the class sir? Validators. It is provided by the Angular to configure the validations. Very simple. Go here. I don't want to provide any default value, but I want to do some class. What is the one, sir? Validators dot. What is the one? Required. Validators dot required. And in the same way, I don't want to provide any default value. Suppose let me show you the default value, comma, observe validators dot, let me write min length equal to 4. So now I am asking for ID control, what is the default, what is the validation? Required validation. For the name control, what is the validation? Min length validation. And what is the default value? RK. So let me go to the UI. See, sir, what is the default value it is applying? RK. And in the same way, how much min length we are having, sir? What is the min length we are having? 4. Now I am asking the question. Right now, user can click on what button, sir? User can click on the save button. Yes, but is it a good UI or bad UI? Very bad, sir. It is a very bad UI. How you are going to do? Very simple. The same approach what we did earlier. What is the extra step we are going to configure? Disable. When I need to disable, sir? Tell me one form means one control is invalid or any control is invalid or form is invalid. Any form, if the invalid form, observe what is the form variable we are having? As form dot, what is the answer? Invalid. As form dot invalid. So this is the way I'm going to configure. Now observe, enter ID. So this is the way we are going to do. And how to configure the error message. Right now it is very annoying to the user. We cannot, if you cannot display the error message, that is why we are going to use, what is the answer? Span. The same way, sir, there is no changes here. Span. And what is the configuration? Star ng if equal to special variable as form dot, what is the one? Controls. What is the control we want to accept, sir? ID. What is the control? ID dot invalid. Now please provide value. The same way, sir, if you want to configure errors, you can also configure the errors also. I will give you the output. What is the one, sir? Errors dot, what is the one? Required. Please provide value. And in the same way, let me configure for the min length also. Errors dot min length. Please provide minimum 4 characters. Please provide minimum 4 characters. So everything is ready. Right now, what is the one? What is the object, sir? Name. Now always I want to display. No, sir. When user touched. Instead of input tag, can we give our own tag for text or any? Can you explain, Tiwari? Text or any tag like password or any other tag, it is fine. Select tag also it is fine, or text area tag also is fine. But if you want to accept the user input, we need to write 3 fields. What are they? Text field means input field, or select field or text area field. Those are the things are with the one. So observe, if I touch, see, now I want to display only error message if I touched. So this is about validations by using what's a reactive false also, reactive forms also. So please do this one, and I will place the example in our shared drive and practice. And tomorrow, and day after tomorrow, I will explain how to communicate with the server programs. How to communicate with the server programs. Again, I'm telling, tomorrow and the next few classes are very, very important for your Angular course. Okay. And what are the differences we can discuss in the coming classes? Not Pradhan. I agree with your question, and we can discuss this one in the coming classes. Okay. Thank you. Are we using reactive forms? Of course, yes. Some scenarios we need to